Hi.
Hi, I'm Christine.
Hi,
Hi.
nice to see your
So,
face.
oh, thank you. You too. So, I've been in this program now since January 4th. And so I like when I saw this opportunity, I wasn't looking for another opportunity that I could market people because I've failed miserably for the past 30 years. And so I had to come back to the presentation multiple times before I got on board. But once I did, I, I saw the opportunity. January 4th, and to work, and I've started social, all my content.
You're cutting in and out, Christine.
I've done like
I,
probably,
I'm gonna turn off your video because you're cutting in and out,
it's
and that might
always,
help. So
I'll
please,
just move to a different part of my room.
okay.
Okay, I'm just moving to a different part of the room. It's spotty and patches here. So,
Okay.
so, so what I'm trying to say is that, so since then I have sent dozens and dozens of people to the presentation, and some of them, like, they won't even respond to, like, when I follow up with them, did you go to the presentation, did you go to the Zoom, like, they just ghost me. And so, like, I've got this whole string of messages that don't have responses because they're not responding to me. And so uh somebody in the Middle East that I marketed this to, or showed them the presentation to, he phoned me on the Facebook feature a couple times the past couple days. Like, he's got 35,000 USDT in his wallet. And I said, it's only 135. And he's going, he told me what I'm suspecting. He told me he doesn't trust. So it's like, if somebody doesn't trust or like you, in this case me, they're not going to have anything to do with me or get involved in something like with cryptocurrency that they don't trust. There isn't a trust factor there. And I don't know what else to do to move forward, like how to break this cycle, because even Edna, who's in my team, there's something blocking her too. Like, she's signed up a couple people, but something is happening where it's her success line has halted. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. If I didn't have her, I was going to give up already, because I don't know what else to do.
Okay, well, let me address there are pieces of what you're saying that you've addressed a number of things. And I just want to start out by saying that I've been right where you are. And I have been very frustrated, and literally that's a big part of the reason why I stepped up and decided to be a leader in this community and start doing the new member orientations, because I had to recognize, first and foremost, this is just for me, that my belief system was the challenge. It doesn't have anything to do with anything outside of me. All of the challenges exist within me. And so the more that I build my own, like you said, you had to watch the presentation over and over again before you joined. It's really important for other people to do the same thing. And something I learned the hard way, just like you, was I just kept throwing links at people, people I don't even know, without building any kind of relationship with them. And when I do that, I'm asking them to trust me based on nothing. They don't know me. They don't know where my heart is. They don't know what I'm about. And so, slowly but surely, like I said in the presentation, it's all about mindset. It's all about a belief level that is so strong that it doesn't really matter what other people do. I know that your desire is to bring people in, and I get it, but it's not about what other people do. It's about what I believe. And the more my belief system grows, people come to me and ask what I'm doing. without sending any links out. And so it's really a matter of your own internal belief system, your ability to feel strongly enough about this that you know that it works regardless of what's happening, regardless of any challenges that are happening. And that's just my personal experience. Does any of the other leaders want to share about what I'm saying? And do you agree?
I do agree, Christina, and Selena, thank you for that, because I too was in the same boat. And one thing I think that I needed to do too, in reading those books that Greg gave us the titles of, it has 100% to do with your mindset. Because I was in the same place. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a social person, but I'm not a salesperson. So how do you grab somebody to this? And like you said, Selena, I totally agree with this. They're trusting you. They don't know you. They don't know your heart. They don't know that you're sincere. So it's important to establish a relationship with them and invite them for coffee. And one thing I learned too, Christina, is sending people to the live overviews. They're like in a needle in a haystack. If they are there, you don't know if their attention span is focused on what they're looking at. So what I would do in that instance, when I'm talking to someone, I literally carry my iPad with me. What are you doing right now? Let's get on this call. Let me show you. And the blessing right now is that it's shorter than it used to be. So you can go in and do it in less than 30 minutes now. Some people, you have to take them by the hand and show them and guide them step by step and let them know this is what it is, because I guarantee you they're going to have some questions along the way. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, get somebody, always partner with somebody that's been in the system for a while, so that any questions can be answered. So they don't, when you stumble, there's this misconception that you don't know what you're talking about when you start stuttering. If you don't sound sincere and if you don't sound like you know what you're talking about, I wouldn't be so quick to come in too. And another thing, Christina, understand this, crypto is only used to get into the system. Once their money is in that wallet, it's stable. So we've all run into that problem. And like Selena said, that gives me more drive to want to press in harder when I get this resistance. And I reached out this morning to, and I just want to share this to a podcast. I was up till 2:00 this morning. So I reached out to this guy on this podcast, and I was so surprised that he responded. I got up this morning and he left a message. So, you can establish a relationship virtually, get them on a Zoom. So you can look at a person and tell if they're sincere or not. You can look at a person and tell. That's just my opinion. But I encourage you to keep moving and then partner with somebody that you can reach out to, because now Miss Bridget and these ladies that you see on here that have stepped up to do new member orientation, if I'm doing a VBR, if I'm doing a one-on-one, I can call any of them and they'll get right on the line. That's what you need, a support system. So that's work for me. So I'm just personally speaking. Thank you, Selena, so much for your insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beverly. And, Christine, I just want to encourage you and to recognize that you're right where you need to be, here in this group where we don't judge each other, where we recognize that we all have something that we need to overcome and to become stronger. And, I don't know if you attend the locker room trainings, but those are so powerful. And that's really where my mindset started to change, is recognizing first and foremost that nothing is happening outside of me that is wrong. It's only happening inside of me where things are off. And so, each time that I challenge myself to grow, that's exactly what I did just by stepping into this group. I'm not as successful as others, in this leadership team or even in the Smarter Than Money community, but that's not what's the most important thing. The most important thing is for me to get over my mental blocks, to get over my challenges, and to recognize that all the challenges I have are literally right between my ears. That's where the biggest challenges exist. And so, it's so much fun to be part of a community where everyone just wants to help each other grow. If I'm experiencing any challenge at all, it's because I have some kind of mental block. And that's why I said earlier that, you know, being in a job for over 30 years just made my head go a certain way that really isn't that beneficial to be in a community like this, where, you know, where it's a different type of connection. And I find that so oftentimes the people that I'm talking to do have jobs, and they're so stuck on getting that paycheck every week that they can't even see outside of their, they don't even recognize that they've built the walls and ceilings that are keeping them stuck in this frame that won't allow them to move forward. And so anyway, I just want to encourage you to keep coming back, Christine. That's why we're here. That's why we want to help each other. And that's how we're able to move forward.
And then another point that you made, another point you made also, Selena, is